testing. Okay guys, welcome back to another podcast edition. You might be thinking, what is this backdrop? I'm in Bangladesh. My last episode at the end, I mentioned that I am packing. Originally I was in Qatar, and now I was there for like a couple of weeks, and now I'm here in Bangladesh. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for my next episode, what should I talk about? And then the idea of Ramadan popped into my head, because it's Ramadan and I don't know when I'm going to post this. I'm really hoping I'm going to do it before Ramadan. That's the goal, to post this before Ramadan, to edit and stuff. But let's see what happens. But yeah, so let's start off by reflecting off last year. So last year, Ramadan 2024 was around March time, I remember, and I was in London. I had work. I did book shifts. I was working and trying to complete Ramadan as well. So I remember one of the main goals that I had was to complete the Quran. Okay, I've always actually wanted to do it, but it's just never happened. Or I also, it's like a really big task and really hard, and it's like I felt like subconsciously that did kind of affect me in terms of completing it and stuff, because it was the year where I was like, you know what, I actually really want to do it, and I'm going to try my hardest to try and make it possible. It was probably maybe in the first Ramadan I was like, you know what, I want to do it. And I thought the best way to actually complete it would, because I only wanted to complete it once, okay, and I knew that there's going to be days where I'm going to be tired, or I might miss a day, or obviously that I won't have the ability to pray. So I was like, if I'm going to complete it once, then the best thing to do is to try and read 2 chapters. You can read one. A lot of people who want to try and complete it once, they do 1 chapter, but I knew realistically 2 chapters would be better. 2 subaras would be better, essentially. So I started reading by 2 subaras a day, and that I felt like what really helped in terms of trying to achieve this goal. So allowing myself to read 2 chapters again, it allowed that little buffer. Is that I was tired, I was like, okay, I can just read 1, or if I missed a day, it was fine. Another thing to complete this goal is having the mindset of where I was disciplined with yourself, of okay, no, I'm gonna do it, no matter what. Push yourself even when you find it difficult. You're like, oh, I don't want to read, and so it does help. Okay, I know it's hard. Be a bit more firm with yourself. So when you are tired, or when you don't feel like it, you're like, no, let's just keep going. I feel like that is a good mindset to have. That is the secret that's done. I wasn't always oh my gosh, it's okay, it's gonna be fine. Sometimes I have to be like, nope, we have to just do it. And unfortunately I feel like that could be applied to loads of areas in your life. If you want to complete a goal or do something, you have to just be like, alright, come on, we have to just do it at the end of the day, Also, I feel like it helps in terms of avoiding burnout. So I've noticed that when you hit burnout, a lot of the times we tend to give yourselves a task that's too big, or personally find too much, and you don't think you could do it, at the back of your head. And then I feel like a lot of it is to do with the mind, and where you either think about, oh my gosh, I can't do it, or it's too hard, or there's a lot of anxiety or stress over it, and just that alone is what leads to burnout rather than the actual thing. Whereas if you kind of stay calm and you stay thinking, oh yeah, I can do it and stuff like that, then it works better. Alright, obviously everyone's different and everyone's on their own journey, and in terms of me reading 2 chapters, not everyone could do it. And I'll be honest, I didn't know if I could do it at the time. I kind of just went through it, but I did notice changes. So at the beginning, yes, it's hard, but then you do get used to it, and then it gets easier, which is same thing with everything in life. And then I even noticed other improvements in terms of recitation became a bit more better. I was able to read the Quran more quicker. If you can, I would recommend you do try and read the Quran as much as possible, and you will see so many things improve and change. And last year, another thing that I did, apart from fasting and completing my Farad acts, which if you are guys struggling with that should be your #1 priority. But I also read the Simple Seerah, which was a bit more about the Prophet's life, and I really enjoyed that, reading that. And I also listened to the audiobook, which was really nice. If you have that goal in mind of reading the Quran and be able to try to finish it, then I would recommend reading 2 if you're going to try finish it once. Especially for us women, I feel like that made it easier. But if you're trying to finish the Quran twice, then I would say read 3 chapters if you can. Obviously, when you're reading, you want to give yourself a break. Feel like you're getting a bit tired, just do something else. Don't just constantly just keep going where you like it, because then you do get a bit tired, and again that can lead to you feeling a bit burnt out as well. Breaks. So it's a bit like studying, so you want to take breaks. Take breaks, do other things, not just be so focused. And also I feel like, and for this year, this is probably going to be one thing that I want to add this year, try and understand it, and I think that's better. just even if you know yourself and you don't think you can finish the Quran, or you find it too difficult, just reading one or two and actually just understanding the meaning and, you know, taking that into your heart and acting upon it is even better. Okay, that's even better. And at the end of the day, it's our intention that's what matters the most. So what else should we talk about? Any more tips that you guys want to do? I would say this is a no-brainer for this year Ramadan. Please, you have suhoor. You know, suhoor is very important. It will give you energy throughout the day. I've had people put electrolytes in their water because you want to stay hydrated, but if you add electrolytes, that adds that sprinkle, you know, that sprinkle. I haven't actually ever tried it. I know, I'm gonna write it in Chat GBT. Yeah, let's ask Chat GPT how to maximize Ramadan as much as possible and tips and stuff like that. Let's see what it comes up with. How to how do I maximize, how do I make the best of my Ramadan this year? Okay guys, if you're not using ChatGPT, to help you maximize your Ramadan, I don't know what you're doing. Planning our Ramadan together, you know? It's a great question. Ramadan is a special time for spiritual growth, self-discipline, and strengthening connection with Allah. Here are some practical ways to make the most of it. Alright, number one, you want to set clear intentions, okay? So before Ramadan starts, reflect on what you want to achieve spiritually, emotionally, and physically. We kind of done that. We'll kind of reflect in the past. We said that what we want to do this year in terms of, I said that I want to understand the Quran a bit more. They say make a list of goals like improving prayer consistently, reading more Quran, or helping those in need. Okay, I like that. Guys, I'm going to give you a tip. So if you are wanting to give more charity this Ramadan and trying to be consistent in it, one thing that I would say is set up a direct debit. So you can set it up with a charity just where it takes money out of your account every single day. So it doesn't have to be much. You can even just be a little bit. Do like a pound or like 50p or whatever, how much you can do, and let that just take out your account every single day. And then that way, you know, every single day you're giving charity. Number two, plan your worship routine. Quran, Salat, Tahajjud, and Dua. So aim to read certain amount, even if it's a few pages. You can divide 20 pages per day to complete it in a month. Okay, that's nice. So that's one way, you know. If you don't want to do 2 chapters like I did, you could do that. Try to pray all 5 prayers on time and add extra sunnah and nafil prayers. Yes, that should be, I feel like that should be the number one. That should be pray. Make sure you pray. If you struggle to pray, be your number one priority, making sure that you get into that habit of praying your salah, okay? And then tahajjud and dua. Wake up before suhoor for tahajjud and make heartfelt duas. If you're waking for suhoor, then you can easily wake up for tahajjud. Again, another reason why you should have your suhoor. Manage your time wisely. So reduce distractions, limit social media, TV, and unnecessary activities. Productive mornings. Use the time after fajr for Quran, dhikr, or learning something beneficial. Balanced schedule. So don't overburden yourself, but keep a steady pace of worship. Yes, that's one thing I would say. Again, you want to do little things consistently that will make a big impact. You know, you don't want to do too much. Because number 4, improve your character and habits. So control anger, gossip, and bad habits. Ramadan is about purification, so focus on self-discipline. Be kind and forgiving. Mend broken relationships and practice patience. Practice gratitude. Reflect on the blessings in your life and thank Allah daily. If you want to backbite, you need to, or if you're surrounded by people, you want to stay away from them. People who backbite, because if you backbite and you're fasting, then that's all your reward gone, which is really sad because that's all your hard work just gone down the drain. Give in charity and help others. Zakat and sadaqah. Donate generously, even in small amounts. Volunteer. Help at the mosque. Feed the needy or assist your family. Small acts of kindness. Smile. Help the neighbors or check in on loved ones. Number 6. Take care of your body and health. Eat wisely. Focus on nutrition, suhoor and iftar meals. Avoid overeating. Stay hydrated. Drink enough water between iftar and suhoor. Rest well. Balance sleep so you stay energized for worship. I love this, guys. ChatGPT is the best. Oh, guys, the current one. Number 7, seek forgiveness and strengthen your connection with Allah. So istighfar. Constantly ask Allah for forgiveness. Yes, we love that one. Definitely. Dua list. Make a list of things you want to ask from Allah. Love that. And Laylatul Qadr. Make the most of the last 10 nights with intense worship. Oh my gosh. Last year, I don't know if I talked about this. obviously I was working but booked my shifts. I felt like I didn't organise it as well as I could, and I feel like this year, if I could, and if you are able to, definitely allow yourself to the last 10 days free if you can, and not work those days, and that way you get the whole time to yourself to worship and make the most of that. And like, you know, you can pray and stuff and do lots of ibadah in the last 10 nights and not have to be worried about, you know, working, stuff like that. And I wish I'd done that. One way you can plan that is, again, start early in terms of if you're planning, organising your year. Work more in the other months so you can work less. I did work less last Ramadan, but I did still book shifts at the end of Ramadan. I don't know why I done that. And number 8, reflect and continue after Ramadan. Ramadan is a training ground. Think about how you can carry forward the good habits into the rest of the year. Yes, I love that one. This is why we have Ramadan, is to help build these type of habits that you can. And I feel like me reading more Quran did help me build that habit, in terms of like, I did read more Quran. Another thing that I would say I feel like is a good habit to get into, and if you can, and this actually covers so many things on these lists, in terms of it helps you seek forgiveness and strengthens your connection. Again, you're seeking gratitude, you're worshipping Allah, you're doing istighfar, is your adhkars. I think Ramadan is the best time to actually get into this habit, build that connection with Allah, and it covers so many things. And if you can get into the habit, and also not just reading it but understand, like learning the meanings, and obviously you should do that when with salah and everything as well. You know, there's this app called Dhikr and Dua. You can download it from the App Store, and everything has it on there. So yeah, guys, you know what you should do? Just ask ChatGPT. If you want to plan, ask ChatGPT. Hope this helped, guys. Bye, guys.